You have to have a clear identity of sino ba yung customer mo,
Very important talaga tong DNA.
what excites you, what's your passion. You have a unique experience.
Every business is a solution to a problem.
Yeah, the things you can stand will help you understand what's an opportunity there, right? It's not transactional, it's relational, building relationship. We reward loyalty, and with that, they will reward us with their loyalty. People convert people. Build a beautiful garden, and then eventually the butterflies will come.
You are watching the Executive Notes Masterclass. Wow, grabe. From customer basics to cultivate, we have walked through the full Captivate journey. Grabe. Sir, ang dami ko natutunan sa inyo, sa lahat ng mga in-interview natin.
Yeah.
No, so, ngayon, nandito na tayo sa checklist and final thoughts. So, tell us, ano yung checklist natin?
So to sum it all up, basically, ano ba yung mga step-by-step process natin? How do you apply captivate in your own business? And the first one is you have to launch your own code. What do you call this? Sorry. Craft your own launch code or your DNA. You have to have a clear identity of sino ba yung customer mo, ano ba yung capability na ipoprovide mo sa mga customer mo, and ano yung pain point na sino-solve mo para sa kanila, right? And once you have that DNA already, then you start capturing your lookers with a lead magnet, get their information, and then once you have their information, they become leads. So you convert your leads, right, into buyers, first-time buyers. But as we've discussed in this season, buyers are different from base. You have to turn your buyers into loyalists, and you do that through loyalty programs. So those are basically the steps on how to apply Captivate in your business. Right?
Wow. So, dami talagang learning. So, and naging parang common na template pattern na rin dun sa mga episodes natin, and especially dun sa mga guests natin. Very important talaga tong DNA.
Yeah.
Kailangan alam ng isang business, ano ba talaga yung business niya, and ano yung pain point na sinusolve niya, no? And meron sa iba na medyo challenge how to determine ano nga ba yung DNA nila. Meron kang bang advice or tips, no? Paano mo talaga malalaman ano nga ba yung DNA ng isang business?
Well, wala to sa book po sa to sa mga nanonood. Right? You want to understand your DNA by 3 concentric circles. So the first one is your expertise, your skill set, what's unique about you, right? And usually makikita mo yan if you're employed right now, makikita mo yan sa line of work mo. You're already paid to do something, so that's your expertise. And then doon sa katabi nun is what excites you, what's your passion. I think we talk about it in this season na rin. If ito yung core capability mo, yung skill set mo, it has to be matched with passion, right? Kasi pag may passion ka, patataubing mo yung mga gaya-gaya lang sa kasi ikaw, you're gonna keep doing it. Right? Kung hindi mo passion yung isang bagay, kinopya mo sila, hindi ka rin tatagal. So it's a matching of those two. And the third one is the experiences. Like you have a unique experience na you went through in your entrepreneurship journey. So once magsabay-sabay or magkaroon ng meet yung concentric circle sa one, doon mo makikita yung pinaka-DNA mo, the blending of your expertise, what excites you, and your experiences. And from that, you will see na yung mga customers mo, you will discover their pain point, and ano yung value ko na ma-offer sa mga customer ko based on this concentric circles.
Yeah. And kasi nga, every business is a solution to a problem.
Yeah.
It's a relief from a pain ng isang customer. Then, kailangan, aside from alam mo yung DNA mo, yung expertise mo, and so on, kailangan alam mo rin yung customer.
Correct.
How do you classify, how do you get yung DNA naman ng ideal customer?
You do that by profiling. When it comes to like, depende kung B2B ka, business to business, then aalamin mo yung size na perfect para sa'yo, ng company na tina-target mo, yung sales, baka naman kasi hindi ka afford ng mga customer na target mo, the business or companies na hindi na doon gusto mo maging customer, hotel sector, saan bang industry ito, and then stage, asan yung startup pa sila, small medium enterprise ba sila, big companies ba sila. So you have to profile your customers kung B2B din, no? Pag B2C naman, yung age profile, salary, class sa ano nila, are they married, and then where are they in terms of social status, A, B, or C ba to? So, profile mo pa rin sila, age, maportate rin yun, di ba? So, those things, you get to understand yung profile ng customer mo, and then, ang kapon sa kanila is, ano yung pain point? You always go back to their pain point.
So, ako actually, as an entrepreneur din, and looking for other possible opportunities, kapag may mga news or may mga feeds na lumalabas sa Facebook ko rin, ang tinitingnan ko lagi is, ano ba yung pain point na pinag-uusapan nila? Kasi, kung meron akong solution doon sa pain point na yun, may opportunity.
May
May business ako.
Yeah.
No? So, sa mga pinapanood natin, sa mga feeds na binabasa natin, instead of complaining siguro, instead of ranting about it, look for that pain point. Kung meron ka solution, may business ka.
Correct.
Diba? No? I think yun yung isang mindset na iba sa mga entrepreneurs. At yun din yung pattern na napansin natin doon sa mga na-interview natin.
And I think what you said, no, na the things you can stand, the things you're complaining about, will give you an idea of what you're called to do, right? The things you can stand will help you understand what's an opportunity there, right? I think the difference between an ordinary person and an entrepreneur, or a ranter, an entrepreneur is the one who rants, is just sort of complaining. But an entrepreneur does something about the problem. Nakikita niya. So, yun yung difference between someone who will complain and someone who's an entrepreneur. So, basically, they want to do something about it.
Yes. And because they did something about it, they solved a solution, then they have a business. No, galing. And again, we discussed dito sa Captivate po, yung stages ng isang customer from looker to lead to loyalist. And I think yung isa rin sa question na very important is it's a funnel, di ba? So, yung looker is always more than the lead, and the lead is always more than the loyalist. So, kung aatras tayo, how do you increase yung number of lookers para pagdating doon sa funnel sa dulo, madami kang loyalists? Ano yung pwedeng gawin?
I think you have to use the lead magnet. Kasi nga, we're all about conserving your resources since you're a startup. So to grow the number of your lookers to leads is you launch your lead magnet, and then we talk about this with Paolo, we talk about this with Jason. Yung DNA mo pa rin kasi nga if you attract a certain kind of person, tendency is that person is connected to another person who share the same belief system, who share the same DNA. So that's how we grow organically. Instead of shouting at people, which we do not have the resources to advertise. Now, that's basically shouting at people. Billboard, boosting of ads. We talk about our values through a lead magnet. Providing value and our values. And because of that, yung mga kakagat doon, again, the tendency is may mga kasama siya, nakagaya niya, na pag nagustuhan niya yun, tatawagin niya, oy, ito. And that's how we organically grow. So, that's the power of a lead magnet. Okay. Yeah. And hindi siya lead repellent.
Di ba? Lead magnet. Nag-a-attract talaga. Nag-a-attract siya. Papasok sa'yo. Galing. So, itong leads, no? Dumami yung leads natin dahil malakas yung magnet. Very attractive yung magnet. Ano naman yung parang sa mga experience mo rin sa stories na narinig natin, no? Ano yung number one, very important, to convert leads into paying customers?
That's a very big question. It's about adding value to the and it takes time. It always, my experience, lalo na service industry ako, the first sale is crucial. Ang hirap makapag-convert. Hindi siya isang beses lang. You have to do a lot of conversations that convert, adding value. It's not transactional, it's relational, building relationship. Makita nila na customers see that they're treated as a best friend. As a best friend, we take care of that person whether may makuha ka or not. And once that converts into a paid customer, that's dun mag-start it. So let's be patient. I think it was Bonnie in the episode of Bonnie who reminded us that it takes time. Kung tayo magmamadali. Admittedly, in the world where we live in, which is saturated by social media, medyo mahirap yon na parang nakikita mo nga yung mga kasama mo nagsasucess na, sumasucess na, di ba? So parang feeling mo hinahabol siya. But if you know who you are, you know your identity, you know what you're called to do, you know your DNA, you'll take your time. Right?
Correct. Maganda nga yung lesson doon sa Pay Bonnie. Nasabi nga niya, slow down, and think. And maybe reflect na rin. And pray, ano nga ba talaga yung unique sa'yo? Ano ba talaga yung mapoprovide mo? Ano ba talaga yung solution mo? At ano yung pain point na doon ka pumapasok? Kasi pag nalaman mo yun, na-determine mo yun, yung mga butterflies na attracted dun sa solution na yun, will come. Dadating at dadating
sila, sir. And again, if not, then you still have a beautiful baby.
Correct.
That's the point there.
Na doon ka align. Na yun talaga yung plano para sa'yo. Yun talaga yung gusto mo. Ganun. So, you have paying customers. Yung next challenge naman ngayon, which hindi alam ng karamihan. At hindi pinapansin ng karamihan. Pero yun pala yung sikreto ng mga malalaking mga businesses or successful businesses is turning pay customers to loyal customers. Ano yung tingin mong kailangan gawin or ano yung pwedeng gawin na very effective para ma-convert sila from paying to loyal customers?
We in one of the chapters in the book, we mentioned that what we focus on multi-plans. And the tendency, since limited ang resources natin, we tend to focus on what we think is growth, which is acquisition. But as we learned in the book and in our discussions, it's the retention. So yung focus ko to acquire, I'm gonna spend money kasi ang thinking, andyan na customer ko na Ang assumption, dahil customer ko na, they will keep coming back.
Tuloy-tuloy.
Which is not
Yung assumption.
Yung assumption.
Wrong assumption.
Wrong assumption. Kasi you're a customer, hindi porket bumili ka sa isang business, ibig sabihin, babalik ka automatically. They have to take care of us. So yung focus natin, we spend time, resources, acquire new customer, we can spend it to the people who are loyal to us. We reward loyalty, and with that, they will reward us with their loyalty. Kasi gagastos na rin naman tayo either way whether to acquire or to reward loyalty. So doon na tayo sa pag-reward ng loyalty. And what will happen, because they're well taken care of, they are the ones who will do the marketing for us. Kaya yun yung mas cheaper talaga sila. Right? At mas powerful ang word of mouth than ikaw mismo. When other people do the marketing for you. At the end of the day, people convert people.
Correct.
Right? It's not advertisements. It's the people who convert people. So we have to take care of those who are with us, loyalists turned ambassadors. I think it was Shiv Singh who said that the objective of a business is to create customers who create customers. Yeah, so it's really about rewarding the loyalists and spending the resources sa kanila, and they will reward us with their loyalty.
Mas effective yung word of mouth kaysa word of ad.
Yeah. Ay, gusto ko yan. Yeah. I-type niyo yun sa comment, ha?
Word of mouth versus word of eyes. Okay. So, let's get practical on that sense, no? So, you have budget, let's say 100, you have budget. ilan yung ipoportion mo to retain customers and turn them to loyal customers? And ilan yung ipoportion mo to acquire customers?
I would say 60-40. 60% on making sure that their customers, the loyalists are taken care of. And ano ba yung excellent customer service natin? We discussed it, I think, in the first episode, that they want no defects. They want to get their whatever they ask for on time, and that be nice. Yun lang naman yung pinaka-simplest customer service excellence that I can share. And use that to take care of the customers. Existing customers, turn them into loyal customers. And then the 40% can be, for
Usual.
Yeah.
Usual acquisition. Usual ang sa bagong customers.
And then ang based from my personal experience, based from your personal experience, nanganganak customer if they're well taken care of. So we spend it there.
Part na nagiging wealth.
Yeah, I believe that it's founded on trust, and it's a recurring theme dito sa ating season na to, no? Na once people trust you, you have to take care of that. You have to cultivate that, no? And prove yourself over and over again by providing excellent customer service and no defects, on time and being nice, treating them as your best friend. You just have to make sure that kung alin tiwalang binigay sa'yo, you don't ruin it. I think with Jason, we talk about reputation, your credibility. Lalo na kung startup ka o maliit na business ka, nag-uumpisa ka pa lang, wala pang credibility. So any kumbaga sign na binigyan ka, you have to cultivate that, Cement that trust in the mind of your customer.
Trust by integrity, transparency, and delivery.
And then accountability. If you make a mistake,
Correct.
you apologize for it and make it right. Right?
Wow. Great. So, final thoughts. Ano yung final thoughts natin for our Captivate book?
Well, ako, when I was writing the final thoughts, the image of the butterfly, it's very powerful. When I was thinking about the concept, and I ended it with the story about seeing a boy seeing a cocoon, no, na may butterfly na gustong lumabas. Oo, nag-struggle lumabas, and then the boy saw na kawawa naman to, tutulungan ko. He cut the larvae, the cocoon open, at nakalabas yung butterfly. Walang ka-struggle, and it actually was not good for the butterfly. Hindi na siya kalipad because kinakailangan pala na yung butterfly, yung struggle niya will push the fluid into the wings and prepares them to fly. Yeah. So, by removing the struggle, tinanggal din ng bata yung strength niya.
Okay.
And entrepreneurship works that way. In the early days, napakahirap niyan, di ba? It's always a struggle. Challenge after challenge. You're facing customers who don't know you, and dahil bago ka pa lang, and human nature, we tend to reject the unfamiliar, di ba? Pag we tend to treat new things with suspicion, right? And then you enter a market that's full of competitors already, and then you're running out of cash. So may challenge talaga, and that will make us stronger. So wag tayong magmadali, kagaya nga ng sinasabi ni Bonnie. Merong binigay sa ating unique design na tayo lang ang makakagawa. All we need to do is find it, harness it, and use it as a solution to someone else. Kasi kung hindi natin i-develop yung uniqueness natin, merong problemang hindi masosolve.
Correct.
Kasi we're designed to solve something dahil sa core competency natin. So unless na we need to just start cultivating our capability, stop looking at others, di ba? And wag magmadali, and then build a beautiful garden. And then eventually the butterflies will come.
Wow. Quick shout out to our sponsor. If you haven't grabbed your copy of Captivate yet, now's the time. It's available in physical book and ebook, so you can learn anytime, anywhere. And here's the best part. We have got an upcoming Captivate Masterclass where you get to apply the ideas hands-on and see real results for your business. Check out the schedule and register today. You can check the description below and level up your game with a Captivate book and masterclass for attracting strangers into friends and customers for life. Okay, so this part, ano yung challenge natin sa ating audience?
All right. So, challenge natin for our audience is to apply the Captivate framework to your business, right? And I want to also take this time to thank our audiences, yung mga sumama sa atin na yung bumili ng book, Captivate, no, yung mga nag-enroll sa executive education classes, yung mga nag-join sa ating mga meetups because they heard dito sa masterclass natin yung ginagawa natin, no. Thank you for journeying with us, and we're very excited to see you next season. So for now, challenge is to build your beautiful garden.
Wow. So build your beautiful garden and tell us, how did you do that and what happened? Again, post yun lang yan sa comment section and hashtag, the executive notes. And that's a wrap up for season 1. So we will see you again sa season 2. At kung meron kayong gusto na marinig yung story nila, ma-interview natin dito sa ating masterclass, post nyo ulit yan sa comment section, and hashtag the executive notes. So we'll see you on season 2.